Hey y'all, welcome to my Last of Us watch day, aka my Tuesday. And remember, I have not played the game. I'm purely watching this as a watcher of the show. And first I was like, oh no, where's our cold open flashback? And then as you watch the episode, you realize most of it is a flashback. But more about that later. As a non-Joel Ellie heavy centric episode, they still managed to let us see how their relationship is growing when they're walking along the road and Joel's trying to steer her away from this mass grave of non-infected people, and it just still lets us see the humanity in him and how, even though he's trying really hard to be like Grufferson towards Ellie, like he is, he was a father, he's a human, he still sees her, he sees that she's a child, and he wants to shield her as much as possible from the horrors of what's going on in the world. And then as we get to the heart of the episode, we meet Bill and Frank, and I think we had met Bill the way he is structured in the game, because I had found out that in the game where you meet Bill, Frank is already gone, and I think this deviation was probably a really good idea, because as me as a viewer, I probably would have been very curious as to who Frank was and how he affected Bill and how what their love story is. And then when we first meet Bill, and he's all like, "Get off my lawn!" But you can see at the same time this very vulnerable person who probably was hurt a lot in the before time, and this survivalist man, and how he changes and he softens and his own feet. And he said when he's with Frank, he's like, "Before I met you, I never had to be afraid," and that just really touched me, because love will do that to you. So they, you see them over the 20 years. I think I underestimated how old they were supposed to be when they met, because I was very surprised at how old they looked at the end, when they say their goodbyes to the world together. But it was very beautiful, and how he was just like, "You were my purpose. I'm satisfied, and I'm going to be with you until the end." And I really loved Bill's goodbye letter to Joel. He was just like, "I never liked you, bro, but I'm glad it's you that found this letter, because if anybody else had come, they would have been dead." And he was all, "Yeah." I could see that, in the letter written. But so, what were your thoughts on the episode? I especially want to hear maybe from some gamers who how you felt about the deviation, and if you're not a gamer, whatever, just like, how are you feeling about this show so far? How did you feel about this episode and its pacing, or how that helped you see another side of this apocalypse? Because some people will thrive in an apocalypse. It's not all like mayhem for some people. So
you don't have to be perfect to be amazing.